is fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God it's fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Thank God It Is Fabulous. I'm Professor Welda Paley. Is your mic mute on your end? All right, so Fasia is going to go back out and come in. But how are you doing today? Today's another episode. Thank God It's Fabulous, and we got another topic to bring to you. Things that you've known, things that you've lived with, but you might not have understood it in a whole different sense and light. Today we're going to share some light on it. Okay. All right, Fasia, can we hear you now? Oh, we still cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Okay, now your mic is muted, but it's unmuted now and I still can't hear you. So it's got to be something on your end. All right, my partner is trying to get in on this thing because we got to get it in and get it on. Let's get it on. Woo! Let's get it on. Well, yeah, she's working on it. She's working on it. She is trying to find herself so we can get in here and have this party. because today we're going to talk about biases and microaggression. A lot of times we go through these things and we may not understand exactly what it is, but today we'll try to share some light on it. If you are aware of it and you know about it, you have experienced it on your job or in your community or people you know, please join the conversation. Let me put the phone number across the screen so you can call in and let's talk about it, because a lot of times some people just don't understand it. So you can come in so we can have this discussion and educate ourselves to understand this whole microaggression and biases. You know, everything we are, everything we know of ourselves comes from somewhere. Most times, our identity is established based on our environment, our culture, our values, our beliefs, our family, our society. All of them help to shape us into the person or people that we are. So whenever something happens around you, first, can you talk? Oh, gee, no way. All right, let me send you another invite, okay? Whenever things happen around us, it's based on these things that we act. If somebody were to say something to you that was upsetting, it is only upsetting to you because of who you are and those things that drives your beliefs and your emotions. So that's the thing that make you act the way you act. Somebody may see a person and be like, oh wow, and people take it for just a joke. Oh, you look pretty today. All right, so what are you trying to say? I'm not pretty, but today I look pretty. That's microaggression. But the people who doing it don't even think about it. We call it unintentional comments or behaviors or remarks that are negative, condescending, and derogatory. But some people, they don't understand the implications of the things they say or what it truly means. And they say, but I was just saying, no, what were you saying is what the problem is. How you said it is different. You know, sometimes people make jokes and they're making joke about something that for you as a person, because of your own beliefs, your values, your culture, is an insult to you. Let somebody walk out to you and say, oh, your English is so good. That is not a compliment. But, you know, in America, you'll be like, oh, thank you. I'm not telling you thank you for that's an insult. What is my English supposed to be? What? Not good because I have an accent? That's the expectation. That's what makes it an insult. It's negative from that aspect. Because I have an accent doesn't mean I'm not educated. It doesn't mean I'm not intelligent. It doesn't mean that I'm figure-headed. That's not what an accent means. It just says that I'm from a descriptive location that identifies me with those people from that region or from that area or from that location. If you know that all the countries in Africa, we all don't sound alike, but we all have an accent, but we don't sound alike. But somebody will walk up to you and say, oh, did you know this guy from Africa? Excuse me, Africa is a continent. I don't know anybody from the continent. Ask me about my country, and even from my own country, I don't know the people from there. Oh, I met this so and so person. He's from this country and this, that. Don't ask me if I know them. If I know them, I will ask you more details. Maybe the names sound familiar. So maybe I must have encountered the person. But they just come up to you and just ask you about, oh, you know this guy, he's from Africa. How am I supposed to know everybody from Africa? With millions of people. But because I have an accent, you come at me like that. That's microaggression, if you didn't know. Some people will come at you and be like, I know you love chicken. Why do I have to love chicken? Because I'm black? Now your voice is back.
Is it better? Can you hear me?
You're loud and clear.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Loud and clear.
Ah,
That is microaggression. Because I'm black, that doesn't mean I like chicken. But when you come to America, you find out differently that black people like chicken. So every joke they will make about chicken is towards the black Americans. But that's sad because Africans are also black, but we don't do chicken like that. If you say fufu, you might catch us. But that's just the difference, you know. People will say things to you like they're joking, but it might be condescending, it might be negative, it might be derogatory. But they didn't mean it that way, but because they don't understand. And growing up, I thought all Caucasian people were educated because they're white people. But that's not true. That's microaggression coming from my side. So you never know what you're doing until you really understand what it is. And that's what we're going to share light on today. Okay. Fasia, if you want to take us from there and tell us how the word microaggression even came to being.
yes. Sorry for the technical issues, but you know when you send the topic, and I had to call you. I'm like, okay, you need to expand on it and see, you know, because I don't know this term. You know, I mean, I know what micro and aggression means, but putting it together is like I'm thinking someone is, you know, being very rude, which you are, but it is subtle.
Yeah, subtle.
Yes.
Yep.
So when I was doing the research, it was mind blowing
Yep.
that, oh, wow, this is deep. So I don't know. I guess you have given a definition, but in layman's terms, microaggression is something that someone says to someone else without knowing or thinking that it may be offensive, you know, or racial, you know. So this term, when I was doing my research, this term came from Dr. Chester Middleton Pierce. In 1970, he's a professor at Harvard, and he was the one that coined the term microaggression to describe the insults and the dismissive behaviors that he witnessed, you know, people of color were enduring, you know. And I was like, wow, that is interesting. This has been going on for a long time since, well, he noticed it in 1970. I'm sure it was being done before then. Okay.
Yeah.
But now the term has broadened, you know, to include any offensive behavior or comment that is directed to anyone in a marginalized group.
Yep.
So we use this word marginalized. One might say, what is marginalized? You know, so marginalized is boxing someone in an area that is considered non-important, you know, non-influential, putting them in a box, someone of no importance. Yeah. So you try to demean them, to put them down.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, you know, and we all are biased to this term because
yeah, very biased. Yep.
Not knowing that, you know, I've done it.
Yep.
You know, so I was like, wow.
Yep.
This right here is deep. And then also when I was researching, let's see, microaggression examples of microaggression regarding race. Well, this is not only pertaining to race, it can be to people with disabilities, it can
Yep.
be to older
People with a
people.
preference. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not only limited to people of race, it
No,
can be
it's not.
to anyone.
Yep. And the sad thing about it, half the time the people who doing it don't even know
No,
how they're doing it.
no,
They
don't know. You know, when I came, because I went to high school here,
mm,
and the dominant language in Liberia is English.
yeah,
Okay, and we were brought up on the British system,
yeah.
so we speak good English.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember my English teacher would tell me, "Oh, you speak very well, and you articulate well, and you even write well."
Can
But
you
back
imagine that?
then,
That's microaggression.
I thought it was a compliment.
Yes. You know?
I thought it was a compliment. But so people from Africa should not be able to speak even
Yes, because you got an
with an
accent
accent.
for Africa. You're not
Yeah, so
supposed
I
to speak
shouldn't be
well
able
or
to
write well.
read or comprehend or
Yep.
articulate myself or
Yep.
write.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
like, wow,
And now if you didn't know, you'd be like, oh, thank you.
thank you.
All happy and excited. Now when somebody just demean you and you even know they demean you.
Yeah, microaggressive statement. If someone says something to you and you wonder, did he really just say that?
Yes.
That's microaggression.
Yes. Yes.
Now, does this mean you should retaliate? No.
No.
You can tell him in a cordial manner that, hey, what you said, that's not nice.
Yep. And Fasia, another thing, a lot of times we witness it, but what do we do about it?
Nothing.
They tell you a whole lot of things you can do about it, but I think the reason why we don't do nothing about it because we don't know what it is
Yeah.
that
And
somebody is doing to somebody else.
I was driving and I was thinking, you know what? There is a lot of microaggression going on when a cop pull you over, especially an immigrant,
Yes. Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Or not even an immigrant. If you are a person of color and
Yeah.
you're driving a nice car, they presume that you're uneducated. How can you afford this? So it's
Yeah.
drugs. That's
Yeah.
microaggression.
Yes.
So of any form of stereotyping is microaggression.
Hello.
So
Yeah.
this statement is
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so-
Fasia,
Hmm?
yeah, wants to come in, so let me put him on speaker.
Sure. This is so deep.
Yeah, I got you on speaker.
Yes, thank you both for a great discussion today. Today you're like, you're speaking my mind or you're reading my mind today. Today I was writing on microaggression, actually to stay in the chat room.
Okay.
And sometimes I kind of like help out with diversity and inclusion, training at my job.
Okay.
These are things that we dive into all of the time. Microaggression, that you both rightly said, is an unintentional saying that we all do on an everyday basis without us even knowing that we're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, like all the examples you guys gave are correct. And you asked a question that, where did it begin from? Who even invented microaggression?
Mm-hmm.
These are things that we need to first know that how it came about. Why did the person really was thinking to bring it up? By the way, because there's an everyday thing that we all do.
Yeah.
So to you eat cassava leaf.
Yeah.
Because in Liberia, you eat cassava leaf.
Yeah.
Like one of my supervisors, one look at me and like, you from Africa, but you seem like you are educated. So
can you imagine that?
Yes.
In your head is like African, they're not supposed to be educated.
No.
Yeah. So microaggression was first developed or introduced by Dr. Chestnut Pierce.
Yes.
To describe the everyday discriminatory into action.
Yes.
Faced by African American.
Yep.
Yeah. Mostly, African American are the one that were going through this because they are a marginalized group in the United States here.
Yep.
This doctor was a psychiatrist, and in 2002, the year 2000, Dr. Daniel King also encompassed various forms of unconscious bias.
Yep.
Prejudice and experience by individuals based on their race, gender, sexual orientation, and others.
Yeah.
Yeah. So microaggression is a great topic that we all, especially we, like born in our case in the country as a black people, they need to understand microaggression because these are things that they happen to them all the time in school without them even knowing that
I know.
Imagine how discriminated against.
Yes.
This is a great topic, and I'm glad that you're talking about it. I wish our community members can come on here and watch and even dive into this topic because these are things that we need to teach one another.
Yeah.
Because we discriminate against one another every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Your Liberian people, that's stereotyping.
It is.
It's
and we use this term, that is so ghetto.
Yeah.
But that term is microaggression. When I did my research, the term ghetto, the word ghetto is an Italian pronunciation. The word was used in 1515 to describe an area in Venice where the Jewish people used to live. And it wasn't, an upcoming area. It was an area of low socioeconomic status.
Yes.
So when it pertains to the Black people, ghetto is a place where, people live in low income housing.
Yes.
And so they expect nothing good to come out of that environment.
So true.
But we use it on ourselves, to describe, that is so ghetto. We need to get out of that.
Of course. And that's why we don't understand these terms.
And we just can talk.
We just can talk.
Yes.
Yep. We just talk. Microaggression is like a mosquito bite. I have mosquito will just come and just bite you and just bite you.
Yes.
It is a good analogy. Yes, the mosquito bite is small, but when you scratch it, you will scratch it all day. It will get so big.
Yes.
Most of the examples that people give is microaggression is like a paper cut. You get small, you will feel it. But can you imagine you getting 100 to 200 paper cut
every day? Yes. Some people lose their self-esteem over this.
It can cause you to go into depression. Cause you to lose yourself and have low self-esteem.
For see, that's why the young kids can go hang themselves.
Yes.
Then they say, that's bullying.
Look, this topic, microaggression, I was blown away today. When I said blown away, and I just touched the tip of the iceberg.
The tip of it. Yes. They got the verbal one, they got the non-verbal one. Like how somebody can be talking, then you rolling your eyes, like whatever they say. That's a whole insult. But we do it so much, we even know the difference. And we can say, but what I do? I ain't do nothing. I ain't even say anything to her.
An example of being microaggressive against people with disability, we always use the term, I am so OCD.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube about microaggression. The listener here today, just go on YouTube and put in microaggression. You will see
a lot. There is a lot.
Today.
There's a different form of microaggression. When you're pregnant, people feel like they have the right to touch your stomach.
Yes.
Or if you have an afro, even with my low haircut and it's curly.
I just want to touch it to see how it feels.
Touch my hair.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Fasia,
this topic is so deep.
And the part that really caught me for us to say, let's talk about it, it was the biases.
Yes.
And things that happen, we say, that person is so weird. This is so weird. Because you don't know it or you don't do it in your cultural upbringing. Does that mean it's wrong or bad? You just don't know it. So it's not weird. But small thing they say, oh, this person is so weird. That person is so weird. There are so many things we'll talk about today based on your food, your behavior, the choices you make that people say weird, but it's not. Different cultures do different things. The one that blew me, Pasia, was the dead. Sleeping with a dead body. It's a culture of a particular group of people in Papua New Guinea. And you know, the people in Ghana do it too. You sleep with your dad, but it only means that you're missing this loved one.
Well, wait a minute. Let's you need to clarify
I need
here.
to take my time, bring that one back.
When you say sleep with your dad, you don't
No,
mean
that's it.
intercourse.
No, not
You just
intercourse.
lying next to the dead.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
what went into my mind
Yes,
just
so
now
true.
was like, what? You mean lying? Yes. So please specify.
Yeah, they call them the Fang people. They're from Equatorial Guinea, not Papua New Guinea. But when they lose a loved one, they will wash that body and they will keep the body in the house with them. And for them, that's an expression of the loss you're going to feel. Can you imagine that? If you're from Liberia, we're already running from the dead body. So we'll say, what? I want that people in the really crazy. But no, they're not. It's the expression of what a thing is to you that brings the value to it.
Right.
But we don't even think about it. We just put weird on everything. Oh, that is so weird. That is so weird. That is so weird.
And you know the funny thing? I was just thinking just now, it is weird if it didn't happen to you, if it happens to someone else.
Yes.
Because I will have no issue if I were there with my mom and it happened. I will have no issue doing that.
Yes. You see? And that's the thing. That is the thing. You do something in your own way, and to you it's okay.
It's okay.
But by the time somebody else do it,
yes,
then
that's
why our topic today say, if you think it is weird, check yourself.
Yes.
Before you start considering this situation is too weird, check yourself and see why you think that way. And then it might just blow your mind to understand the reason why, who's doing what, does what. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is deep.
It is
This
deep.
is so deep. Another one I saw, the Indian people like to do it. They walk on hot fire. And it's funny, Fasia, this is a religious ceremony that accompanies that fire walking. But when you know nothing about it, you start thinking about the pain you will feel when hot something touch your foot. Then you start saying, oh my God, these people are so weird. How would they do something like that? But for them, it's the implication of it. Like certain religious group, when they feel that they have done something, like the Catholic will go do penance. We'll go say, I want here Mary 10 times and do what the priest said we should do, right? This particular group of people, they beat themselves. They beat the problem or whatever they did for their penance. Somebody will look at it and say, oh, it's weird. Me, I can't hurt myself. Because you can't do it, don't mean the person who doing it will not get relief when they do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow. But let this one's going to blow your mind. There are certain groups around the world, different tribal groups. They engage in endo-cannibalism, where they eat the flesh of dead people or their relatives. Because the idea is they are honoring the dead to give them passageway into the spirit world. You remember when Queen Wampa was killed in Liberia and the crown people ate his body. They say they ate the body so the power that he get, they can get it too.
Transfer to them. Yeah,
Yes.
I do remember that.
Yes.
I do remember
Somebody
that.
here that be like, oh my God, that is so weird. But these things happen in so many different cultures, different ways, for different reasons. Before you kick it, understand it.
Understand it, yes.
Understand it. Another group, the group that in Papua New Guinea, when they lose a loved one, depending on how close that person was to them and how the death is going to hurt them, they cut portion of their finger to show that this is the pain I'm feeling with my loss. Can you imagine that? And sometimes somebody died from you, you won't follow them inside the grave.
So true.
But
well, when my mom died, I cut my hair. My sister and we cut our hair.
We cut our hair too.
Yes.
You know, that's
So,
to honor our dead.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody else will see that and say, oh, that is so weird. Why you have to do that? The person is already dead. Because you don't understand it. You know? It goes back. If you think it is weird, check yourself. Check yourself. What is it that somebody is going through or doing because of their beliefs that you don't do? Now you think, oh, because you don't do it, that means it ain't right. I mean, just overall, looking at the microaggression, looking at the biases, you don't want to judge nobody because you got your own part filled with them. You know, we African are, by the time we see somebody from Africa, we already start dealing with you. They want from this country, that one from there. You can, when they say, why you know, or you can see the forehead or the hair going from there, this from the country.
But do you know, by just asking a person, where are you from?
Where are you from? Yes, it's microaggression.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And the worst part is when you tell them that you are from a country that they think you're not supposed to be from, they say, no, truly, where are you from? Oh, Lord. And you know, in America, it's hard because if somebody asks me where you're from, I will be telling you firstly the state that I'm in or where I'm from. I'm not going to be telling you strictly from my country because I'm not going to think that's how far you're going.
No.
You know?
Yeah. This is really deep. And you know, it's common in the workplace. It's common in schools.
Yes.
In the classroom. It's very common in the classroom.
Very, very common in the classroom. Very common in the classroom. And teachers do it. They don't even think about it.
Right.
And the most people that get the worst of it are the Hispanics.
So
because
true.
They can't tell the difference where they're from. Everybody from Mexico, as far as they are concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you're Hispanic, you're from Mexico.
Then they will ask you, you like Taco Bell? What kind of nonsense is that? You know that the people from Puerto Rico don't know nothing about Taco Bell? Not all the people do Taco Bell, but it just got, look, small minds is a bad thing.
It is.
You got to educate yourself. You got to understand the word around you before you look like a total idiot.
Yes.
There's this girl I work with, and she's from, what did she say she's from? Oh, she called her country. But by the time you see her, the first thing that comes to your mind, Mexican. So she said the part that gets her is when people start asking her about tequila. They will ask her about tequila. They will tell her about taco. Because they just, once they see your face, they say that's where you're from. So how do you feel about Donald Trump building the wall? Well, don't worry, my country is not near there. Right near the wall.
Yes. You know?
Man, people really need to educate themselves. They really need to educate themselves. I think I got another.
Just common example of us, we Liberians, when we are speaking.
I'll put you on speaker.
When we are speaking our colloquial English, there are some of my colleagues, I will tell them that it's English when I'm on they will not believe that I'm speaking English. So I just say, oh yeah, it's a dialect, because I mean I cannot convince you otherwise that I am speaking English.
So true. So I got Shawa on the line. Shawa, go ahead. We are listening to you.
Okay, so I just got in. I think your topic is
microaggression.
And I heard you guys talking about people sleeping with bodies and all of that.
Yes.
But I also want my interpretation or my concern is, especially when some things come to health, sometimes we need to educate our people.
Yeah.
Although they may have, I don't like to call it weird, they may have traditional practices, but sometimes those traditional practices are not health is not it may cause health problems.
Yeah.
A good example that happened in Liberia was with the Ebola virus.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Ebola virus hit in the villages in the interior, our people were so used when somebody died.
Yes,
They
to go wash the body.
washing the body, wrap the body, and all that close association with the body. That's tradition for them.
Yeah.
But because of that, the Ebola was able to spread rapidly and devastated Liberia.
Yeah.
So I just want to, I just want to make that comment that some practice. I don't like to call people practices weird. It's different.
Yeah.
But sometimes when there's health implication, it is good to educate our people. That what you're doing. I understand is religious and all of that, but what you're doing may cause more health problems and all of that. So that is my own contribution to the program.
But Shawa, that is very, very good. But one thing that happens with that, if these people have seen their great, their ancestors doing this, you think they will ever be convinced that because of this reason, that's why that happened? They will blame it on something else.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, they will always blame it on something else.
Yeah, but like you said, health-wise, we come out, we're learning a lot of things, we're understanding a lot of things, but some things, some people just never gonna change. They bear a band like that always, and it has never changed. It's because of that this is happening, so we will be fine. Can you imagine you and me going to a village we never been in and seeing the people drinking the water from the well, cold inside the water pot, the clay pot, it's all cold and nice, they're drinking it. I dare you to drink that water. The diarrhea you have, when the fluoride change, you will be confused.
So true.
Your body not got no.
Yes.
Your body have been resistant to that. Why your body don't have resistance
Yes.
to that before?
But the people now, they will think you are the one who's weird. Just drink the water or the mess. The people there. But my dear, there is just so many things that you can't even kick it. You got to understand it.
Exactly.
And educate if you can.
Sometimes we always talk about Africa, villages, and other places. But right here in the United States of America.
Oh yeah.
Where we have all this education, all these scientific improvements.
Yep.
I was so shocked that there's a whole group of people that believe the earth is flat.
Yes.
You can't tell them anything. Some of the things you would call weird, you would never believe that somebody in America, in an advanced civilization in America, with all this technology, the phone you are talking on works on the whole idea that the earth is round, all it's full of, and you still think that the earth is flat. So yeah. Why one person weirdness is another person a superstition.
Yep.
I got it, but thank you for the topic.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, and he said it rightly. One person superstition is why another person look and say, I don't know what I meant talking about, but this is what it is. Because we are unique. That's the word for it. We are unique.
Unique set of people,
so
yes.
Nobody can kick anybody values, their belief, and things that they know. We only can try to educate.
That's all we can do. Just try to educate.
Yep. But there is another one that I read up on. It's called Kana Manara Matsuri. Is a festival in Japan where they have a giant phallus and they put it out there because the idea is supposed to bring fertility. So it will help protect people from sexually transmitted disease. Can you imagine that? And we all know how sexually transmitted disease is contacted. And you tell me, say, by us doing a ritual, we can stop it. Can you imagine how many people will catch the disease before we decide that our eye is transmitted? But it is tough. Back in the days, how the people used to do the coining with a cup for
Mhm.
healing. When they do the hot cup and put it on your back and they pull all that sickness, they say that's the heat, the moving out of your body. In America, the people said abuse. But that's not it. That's their alternative medicine. That's
Right.
what they do. And they believe it. It worked for them. But you and me, who don't understand it, we go do it now, something happen. We say, but the thing is not real. Who tell you to follow behind these people? We need to understand the world we live in.
We need to. We need to.
Because it is deep. It is deep. Don't kick it until you understand it.
You understand it? Yes.
It is weird without checking your own biases that's causing you to think that something is weird. When truly it may not be. It's just that you don't know about it. There's another group of people in Indonesia. These people, after their loved one had died, first here they go and they resume the body. Maybe after a year or so, they bathe the body, they dress the body, and then they bury the body again. I'm like, whew, Jesus, Lord help us. But let's talk about some of the food that we eat that people think is weird. Fermented food. Some people think it's just out of this world, but they don't understand the probiotics you get from it and what it does on the inside of you. Some people just, you even warm your food. Some people will make comments. Microaggression. What's that smell?
That smell? Yes.
Did I ask you to eat it? Did I?
But yet and still, when if you go to a fancy restaurant, you know, the chef would say, "Oh, I'm cooking something that has an umami scent."
Yes.
It's fermented.
It's fermented.
But it's okay there, but it's not okay for me to eat my food.
And my food got the same umami scent. But because I'm the one warming it in the microwave, now you got a problem with it.
But remember at work, the old mom, we brought our food. I asked her, I said, "Oma, do you bring your food?" Oma is from Ghana. I said, "Do you bring your food?" She said she bring. I said, "Why?" She said, "Because they would say they smell." I said, which smell? If they don't want to smell it, then they can leave.
They can leave
And
because
we were eating, and those girls came. They wanted some. We gave them some. They ate it, and they asked us to bring more.
Oh my God, this is so nice, you know. And of course, you know, everything we cook, we put our little fermented stuff inside. You know, back home we didn't know it for the actual value. We know it for the scent. It can make the thing correct. But it's really probiotics. And what probiotics does, it gives your gut the fighting power to turn your stool into form stool. That's the job of that probiotic. The thing you call mwemwe. Oh, that mwemwe, it did it. We're just making the stool smell good. They're not on the job of mwemwe. They're not the only job, fufu, the sour fufu. It's not the only job. It's the probiotics that it gives your body. And half the time we just know it for the taste and the smell. We love it. You get your kesali, you put your little ratty meat inside. But see how you know I think about it now. I think about how they I think about you. Go throw our fish away. Because so let me tell you this. This young lady and I traveled to Liberia. We bought our dry fish and everything, wrapped it, put it in bags, and brought it back to America. The people stop out to the airport, though. We brought our fish and everything, you know, because you know when they dry the fish back home, then we wrap it so the scent can even come out at the airport. The fish can sometimes start to go bad. My dear, just imagine, Kuta, Barracuda. They took the fish. Because it has some little green mold.
It has more in it.
She said, the green mold, she threw it in the trash can. When I heard it, I told her to show me the trash can so I can go collect it from the trash can. But her trash people have already picked out the trash. I'm
sorry. The fact that I know that it has mold and I will cook it and I will be eating and I know mold is antibiotic, okay? It's penicillin. But I cannot bring myself to no. It's different from when
asked me, she said, you can, what you do with your fish? I said, what fish? She said, my own throw away. But I said, what do you do? She said, I throw away. I said, show me the trash can. I want to go get it out of the trash can. I said, my own, I finished washing it with hot water and everything. Got it while cooking. She said, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Oh, that's for money. You know, but those are some of the things, you know, people eat it. People back home, if you tell us about eating something raw, we'll be looking at you like you're crazy. But we eat sushi.
Well, I can, you know, I will eat
but
the California.
Don't even know that is raw.
No, but just the fact that I know that it's raw fish. Well, you know, I shouldn't say that because I love the ceviche that the Spanish people make with the taco where it's just raw fish and they put the lime. I can do that one because it's the filet. Well, but
you know, different, Mama. You would not even know that it's a fish. The people using
tuna. Yeah, tuna.
Maybe not salmon. Somebody ain't get no respect for itself. You will smell it. But tuna, you would not know that fish is raw. You would even know the shrimp is raw. Look, don't ever kick anything.
So true.
Try it.
So true.
Look at when a certain season comes, we eat burger ball. We love it. We warm it with salt and we pop it. Some other people see you eat nothing. They're like, oh, it makes me want to throw up. You're eating bugs. Do you know how much bugs get?
I will eat the burger ball, but I cannot eat those fats. The
bubble worm.
I can make it.
I can make it because
it's a mental thing.
Yes,
I can't.
Yes, I can eat bamura. I haven't eaten it. I'm not trying it. Spring frog, I'm not eating it. I haven't tried it. No. But it's not bad because the people who eating it, they will tell you
it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
People in Louisiana, they eat in Florida, they will eat alligator and tell you it tastes like chicken.
Alligator tastes so good, Mama. I mean, the cook bets me. He said, if you don't like it, I will give you your money back.
What?
The alligator. First thing I ate that alligator, I wanted more alligator. I said, I never knew this is how gator tastes. Oh my God. Somebody, please give me some more gator. Yes.
Look, I traveled to Nigeria and I was in the car and we were just having a conversation. And so we were driving and I saw the dog, the puppy KK.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole KK, small one. They have skin and everything. Burn the skin off of it, and it just lie on the table.
Break and never change a face.
Yeah, I was shocked. I said, "Is that what I just saw?" And then the man in the car, he said, He said, "Don't put anything down that you haven't eaten. Don't put it down." He said, I used to say I cannot eat it. He said, this day my friend brought me it because there are certain parts of there that's the thing. They know how to prepare it.
Okay.
He said, I went to this place. He said, it was at night and they brought the meat and I ate it and it was so good. And I asked for some more. And then later on, they told me what it was. He said the next day, he said, my brother-in-law told me, he said, do you know what you ate? He said, no. He said, it's keke. So he said the next day, he waited. His brother-in-law was not there. He waited. He left. He went back to the place. But he didn't want his brother-in-law to know.
And you went back to eat some more dog. Yes. And and dog only became that way because some people decided to domesticate dog.
Yes.
That's where the problem came from. And once they did that, everybody felt like you couldn't eat it dog. Fasia, I don't know if you saw my Facebook page where I put my rooster on that was.
Yeah.
When I went to get the rooster, the man said that he got these two roosters. They are looking to fall in love and mate. With
two roosters? How can two roosters?
No, so he wants to sell them so we can get hens to mate with them.
I see what you're saying.
But when they're together, they're always fighting other roosters, and he needed them to go.
Okay.
Well, I told him, I said, I need them. I will take it to my hens so they can mate. So when we got in the car, Savannah said, what kind of lies that you told the people? You can't tell the message. And the man holding the rooster, he said, sorry, it's okay. They're just taking you to mate with another hen. You will be okay. I said, mate with a hen in my damn palm butter. You will know. You will know where you were met at. Can you imagine that? And I'm looking at this man playing with his chicken. He said he's never been nowhere since an egg. He been on this farm. I said, well, he will know where he's going. Because when he arrives, he will go through a tunnel, and the tunnel will enter in the toilet, and the toilet will enter in the sewage. He must go on a long journey.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. He was so sentimental with the chicken, holding it, rubbing it. I said, get in that car, get in the box. We're going to my house. So when we brought it home, I told Severus, he said, you're not going to get the chicken some rice and water. I said, for what? I'm killing it tomorrow. He said, the cruelty, the animal cruelty, you can't do that. You have to get in some rice and water until they wait for the time to die. I'm going to ask you what the chicken better.
So when you cooking that, because I want my own.
Ma, if you see the size of that rooster?
I saw it.
Ma, the rooster loaded turkey. I say, you hitting that pombato. No if and a but for you. You will go to that pombato and tell a story.
It's a difference when you cook live chicken, you know?
Mama, the taste and all is different, and I'm gonna have a lot of feathers.
Oh, I beg you, please keep some for me, yeah?
I will, certainly I will. You know how it hard to come by.
I'm telling you. I can send way till Liberia to get my chicken fella.
Ma, we got 2 roosters now to give our chicken fella. So no more worries there. But can you imagine that the way the men was eating But say, you know, the chicken fella I bought from back home when we went to bury your mother. I still got my chicken fella.
Oh man, you have to cherish it. When one break, you be like, you have to cherish it.
Anthony, you know, grow with me and I pump road. You're not telling no lie. That chicken baby talking about one mate with a hen. It was mate with me, no problem. It was mate with me. Yes. He was.
And you know that you know the myth.
No, let me tell you the amazing thing he told me. Oh, after some time you can take some picture and send it. I said, don't worry. I will take picture, all right. And when I take the picture, I will send it for
picture you got and keep it in your phone. Every day you can send it to him.
Every day I was saying that same picture. Before I kill it, I go and turn it on, put it in different positions so they can see the life. No, as a matter of fact, my cousin owned a farm, and I'm sending there to go spend time with my cousin so they can mate with all the hens. They will find because they will be well cooked in the palm mother. Can you imagine that?
You just
I said, yeah. And now for me, that would be weird because chicken, not food. But the way the man take that chicken, it was different. I said he's packing the chicken here and telling it it's gonna be okay because the chicken was flapping. I said, don't worry, get in the box and get in the back of the car. You know who undo. Yes, but if you think it is weird, check yourself.
Check yourself, yes.
Not because you don't know it or you have not experienced it or you haven't dealt with it means it's weird. No, understand it. And if you ever happen to witness microaggression, you don't have to just jump to the defense because maybe the person who doing it don't
know. They don't know.
Understand what they're doing. Now you have to come in to help and educate them and open their mind to what they've just done and what does it mean. Because half the time they don't understand it. They don't know.
That's so true.
Before you get mad and go on the rant with somebody because it said this to another person or go to the battleground and be the one wearing the boxing gloves for even the person who don't know that they just insulted them. But you who know, you're upset. No, that's not how it works. You have to be calm. You have to see where that person is coming from. What makes them say the things they say? Is it based on their own culture? Is it based on their values? Is it based on their beliefs? Is it based on the society they are coming from? Is it based on the culture? Something is driving something. So before you get mad, you got to help them understand. I know when I first came to this country and people used to ask me, y'all got houses in Africa? I said, no, we got houses. We sleep in the tree. When it's raining, we go under the leaves. I was being smart because I thought they were trying to be smart with me. But some of them genuinely didn't know and just needed to understand your word to come from. How is it? You know? And today we can see how so many people want to travel. So many people want to see other things. And thank God for TikTok. TikTok is bringing the word from the depth of the valley to your table. So you can see things that you be like, wow, I didn't know, you know? But that's how it is. Open your mind. Today I was looking at this cooking channel, man. You know what they cook there?
Right.
Watermelon, fried watermelon. Fried watermelon. If somebody had told me that in my lifetime, I'd be like, excuse me, how can you fry watermelon? Yes, they do. And the people eating it telling you how nice it is. But I couldn't comprehend it. Because watermelon, as I know it, is fruit and
it cannot be fried.
But these people pat it with everything it's supposed to have and they fry it, deep fry it. So don't kick it till you understand it.
So true.
There are so many things around you in your world that you have no clue or idea about. Take your time to learn your world. Take your time to understand the people you interact with before you push them to the side and castigate them. If you think you said something to someone that they may find offensive, apologize. Because you don't think it is doesn't mean it's not.
So true.
You know? You when somebody say they are offended by something, don't say, but why even do? I even say nothing to you. But to them, it's different.
It's different. It's offensive.
So if they find it offensive, apologize to them. And let them educate you on what it is that makes that thing offensive. You know? Like one of the things I saw when I was going through this, they say avoiding eye contact is offensive. I like that one is wrong because that's culture. That's culture difference. Some culture, you bend your head and you're not even looking in the person's face. But
in our culture, if you don't look at the person, is considered disrespect. Yes. But in some culture, if you look at a person, it's considered disrespect. So you see, I was to look at someone in
your mom you staring at her, you know, she'll say, "Oh, so are stupid." Oh, so that she will start telling you things what you're thinking and you're not thinking. That case, they're too big for trouble. Just bend your head now and say you're sorry. You just keep saying you're sorry until the time passes. But some other people, they want you to look in the face and they want you to explain back to them. Growing up in my country, Liberia, you don't got that privilege as a child. You don't. It's after the war now, kids can talk back. Because the slap they'll give you, you forget whether your teeth still working in your mouth. And nobody wanted to get beaten up.
You will see stars in daylight. One thing when they give you that back slap.
Especially that back slap. Oh, Lord.
You will see stars in daylight.
Brought us to where we are and who we are.
Yes.
Those things that people say, oh, I don't know how I can do it, made us resilient to the least of things. Things other people crying for. We learn, I beg you, please, man. Because we think we have been too worse. But when other people tell you the story, your own become small. And that's the way the world around us is. If you think something is weird, please check yourself. Find out about it. Find out why it's done before you start to castigate it or demean it or speak derogatorily about it. This is a learning experience for all of us, especially us Liberians. We do it to each other so much, the thing is just a joke. When we're ready to tease the Lamapo, that's microaggression.
Yeah.
But we do it. We do it. We do it to almost all the tribes. Even our own tribe, we know what to say about it.
So true.
You know? But is that right? Is that good? Is it fair? No.
Yeah, you know, look, microaggression is prevalent in society. It's an everyday thing. It's important to know that, you know, we all have biases.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyone can be guilty of making a microaggressive comment.
Yes.
But when you are told, you know, learn about it and try to do better. You know, that we need to stop saying that there are some of these statements that we make. They will say, if I see you, I'm so colorblind. When I look at you, I don't see color. Don't say that, because if you tell me when you look at me, you don't see color, you are denying my color, my racial, ethnic experience.
Yes. Yes, but you think you're trying to be nice.
Exactly. You are not. Or if you say, I was raised to treat everyone the same. Yes, that's good. But in a way, it can be, condescending. You're denying that individual as the racial culture, as a racial cultural being.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to be careful of what we say. Or you would say, one would say, there's only one race, the human race. It's nice to say, but don't say it.
The truth.
Don't say it.
Thinking about it, Fasia, it helps you to think before you talk.
Exactly. Take a pause. Before you say something, take a pause.
Yeah.
And think about what you're about to say.
Before you say it.
It's like if I'm in a setting, with Caucasian people, and they come and say, and I'm the only Black person, and they come and say, "Oh, Fasia, tell me about Black Lives Matter." Really?
Really?
That is microaggressive.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Don't single me out. And you might not know, but that is not the place to say it.
Yep. And somebody will ask you, what is it like living in Africa? No, I can't help you with that because I ain't never been to Africa. I only been to a few countries in Africa.
And people think Africa is just one. It's a huge continent.
Oh, they're just confused by that one.
It is just because I'm from Africa, and when you tell a person, "Oh, I'm from Africa," they think South Africa.
Yes, but I don't even blame the people for that, because we were telling the people our story. It's the way we tell the story. The very Africans will tell people, "I'm from Africa." You're not from Africa. Why are you saying you're from Africa? You want to know your country, and God help you travel to America. Your next door neighbor, you never been there, but you say you're from Africa. What are you lying like that for? Tell the person I'm from Liberia. If they want to know more, to say, where's Liberia? Liberia is in West Africa. Yes. Be very distinct about what you say.
So true.
Because the way you say it, how the people will copy it from you and say it. Mm-hmm. That's what the people say. You're from Africa. I'm from Africa. Hi is Africa. What is it like to be from Africa? I'm not from Africa. That's a whole continent. I'm not from there. I'm from Liberia. It's one of the countries on the continent of Africa. I can tell you about my country, but I can tell you
when I was in high school in New Jersey, Irvington, I would never forget this. Irvington, New Jersey. Do you know one of the questions that they asked me? Because at that time, not too many Africans was in the schools. The girl asked me, "Do you have a tail?" And you know what I told her? I told her, "Yeah, follow me in the bathroom. I will show you."
I will show you my tail today.
Yes. But it is what they see on TV. You know what? Back then, what they knew about Africans was they would watch this show with the lady with her breast hanging with the bone in her nose.
Yes.
No blouse on.
Yes.
And that's the picture. That's all they knew.
Yes.
But that is not.
And they wasn't even asking to be mean. Some of them truly just had no clue. They had no clue. I remember the children told Amos, he's not an African. He said, "Why am I an African?" He said, "You're tall and you're fair complexion." Mm-hmm. So what you think Africans, we all just dance? They didn't even know we got Egyptians that are white like them. It was crazy. I said, "Amos, look, this is a lot of education, but you're not going to be the one to write the book today." Because
I told you the funny story. To be small is funny. When I was little, I think it may be up until 4th grade. Mm. Because and I mean, because my bowel movement was brown and my skin was brown, so I thought the white folks' poop was clay color white. No joke. I didn't know.
Brown people poop brown poop, white people poop white poop.
In my little girl breed, that's what I thought.
Yes.
But you have to educate yourself. And I asked questions.
Yeah.
And when I asked that, look, they laugh. But think about it.
Yes. To a child, that's how it should be.
I thought that stuff didn't sting.
Yep.
Like ours.
Yep.
But Yeah, so you have to educate yourself. You have
For
to ask
real.
questions. Yes.
Like the little boy who asked his dad, say, "Is the earth flat or is the earth round?" He said, "I don't know. I think it must be flat." His dad said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because if it were round, by the time I go outside, I would slide down the road."
You see? You see?
But when you think
Yeah.
about it, to him, it's straight. It makes a lot of sense.
It
If
makes
it were
sense.
round, there's no way you can stand straight. You're just sliding all the time.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.
So if someone asks you a question and you don't know it, it's best to say, "I don't know," and don't lie. Say, "I don't know, but I can find out and get back to you." And that's how you learn.
Hello. Yes. Oh, we got another caller on the line. Hold the tap line. Let me put you on speaker. All right, go ahead.
Well, I'm enjoying your show,
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
fucked up.
and of course,
Wonderful.
it's educational in as much as it's kind of soft on your topic,
Mm.
microaggression.
Mm.
And one thing I want us to know is that we are the ones who are writing our own story these days.
Yes. Yes.
So if we were taught to write about the ugly, then majority of our reader will know about the ugly.
Yep.
So the story is in our hands, and we have to write it in a good and positive way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Father Ford. That is so true. That's how the Western world put themselves out there and they're looking like until you come and find out. So we got to rewrite our story so we can look like. Yep. So true. So true. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for
I
that.
always like to watch your show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Ford.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Yep, like he said, we are rewriting our own history. What you want there is what you put there. You don't go and put what you don't want because then what you want other people to say. Tell everybody you're from Africa when they ask you about the country next door to you, tell them you never been there. You see how you sound. But yes, it has been a good one today, and
Yes,
time is
yes.
so fast spent. We don't even want to leave.
I know.
We gotta go. Okay. Because we go about looking for topics and things that we all will learn from. So if
Yes.
there's anything you find and you want us to talk about it, let us know.
Let us know.
You got the number across the screen. Send a message across.
Send us a message on WhatsApp. Send us a message on Messenger.
Yep. And we will go ahead and we will go for the discussion and we'll bring that information back to you. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're going through.
Or what you have been through.
Thank
Thank
God
It
is fabulous.
fabulous. Yes.
Have a
Happy
good
Friday.
evening.
And have a great weekend. Good
I
night.
know. Hopefully you saw the eclipse and you didn't stare at it too much.
Oh my goodness, that eclipse. I
was
mean,
beautiful.
if that does not tell you that there is a God, then I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. That was just amazing.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Well, be good to yourself.
Yes.
What you don't know, don't kick it. If you think it's weird, check yourself.
Check yourself.
Okay. Have a
And
good
pause before you speak.
Uh-huh.
Think about what you're about to say.
Yes. Yes. Good night, Antoinette.
Good night, Antoinette.
Yes. Good night, all the listeners. Yeah, thank you for your participation tonight. Thank you, Shawa. Thank you, Father Ford, for calling in and being a part. We all learning from each other every day.
Yes.
So keep the topics coming, keep the communication open so we can all grow in a positive light. Have a good evening.
Good night.